continuing with our government. Now, obviously, energy is a crucial part in our daily life. It powers our cars, it powers our houses, our, our equipments, our appliances, everything from everything that we do. But the problem here is the electricity that generates the power is based from coal power, right? Which is not environmentally friendly and can be toxic, right? Creates carbon dioxide. So what is the government planning to do here to find an alternative? Can you guess what? They're using, they're planning to revive the nuclear power option. And good thing, based on the article, it says it's unlikely that we'll be able to implement this by 2029, which is 9 or even 10 years away from now. Now, why are they considering this? Obviously, looking for a better alternative to coal. Now, are there other viable alternatives here aside from coal? Well, there are, but let's take a look first in the article here. So, where is it? So, where is it? There you go. Yeah. Obviously, we haven't had nuclear power here. I think there was Bataan nuclear power plant, but it was shut down already. But I think history should serve as a good lesson, right? With what happened in Fukushima, as well as what happened in Chernobyl, right? That with good intentions, on the downside, catastrophe is waiting to happen. If a nation like Japan, which is a developed nation at that are really good, very meticulous in the process in everything that they do, it took a disaster, a calamity that would destroy the nuclear power plant here. What more in our developing country like ours, right? Are we even ready to take up this monumental task of creating a nuclear power plant? Now, the potential is big, right? An alternative to fossil fuel. But what's at stake here? Where are you going to create the plant here? And if the worst case scenarios were to happen, you're going to cut costs, which don't you think government tends to do, especially in construction, construction buildings? And if you were to do that here in a nuclear power plant, it could be disastrous at biblical proportion, right? But I think there's optimists here. If they're trying to look at, power alternatives or energy alternatives, why not look at something that is more viable, that is readily abundant here in our backyard? And obviously, you have solar power, so we can look for flat fields, open fields, and especially during summer, we can accumulate a lot of solar power there. And then there's also wind, so along the coastlines, and then you also have hydro, right? So you have a lot of alternatives. I think the government should encourage people to invest in other technologies here, so that if we're really looking for an alternative here for other than fossil fuel, then that's a noble act that we can consider here.